My fiancé stood silently when his sister pulled my credit card out of my purse and said, "These are for the family expenses now." They had no idea I had already taken a step that would change everyone's faces just a few minutes later. My fiancé stood silently when his sister opened my purse, reached inside and pulled out my credit card. "Now these are for the family expenses," she said as if it were the most ordinary thing in the world. The card glinted between her fingers. She gave a small smile and slipped it into her pocket. I looked at Jack. The same Jack I was supposed to marry next month. He stood near the kitchen doorway with his hands buried in his pockets, his gaze fixed on the floor. Silent. The faint clatter of dishes filled the kitchen. His mother stood at the sink washing plates as if nothing unusual had happened. Outside the window, the bright Texas afternoon filtered into the room, yet the air inside felt heavy and strangely tense. I said quietly, "That's my card, Lena." He shrugged. "So, you're family now. Families share." Jack still said nothing. His silence wasn't new. Over the past year I had learned it well. When his father once asked why I couldn't pay my own mother's medical bills myself, Jack had stayed silent. When Lena joked at dinner that Emily's probably just after Jack's salary, Jack had stayed silent. And now, while his sister reached into my purse and took my credit card, he was silent again. I took a slow breath. Strangely, I wasn't angry. Inside me there was only a calm, steady feeling. Because I had already imagined this moment. A few hours earlier I had already made a decision. "Okay," I said softly. Lena smiled and glanced at Jack. "See? I told you she's reasonable." I closed my purse and leaned lightly against the kitchen counter. None of them had any idea what I had done that morning. At 7 a.m., I had been sitting on the small balcony of my apartment in Austin. Cars moved steadily along the street below while my phone rested in my hands with my banking app open. The same account where my salary had been deposited for the past 2 years. The same account I had quietly used to help with Jack's student loan payments. The same account I had used to buy groceries for his parents for 2 months after his father's surgery. I hadn't closed that account. I had simply moved everything out of it. A new account. A new bank. A new plan. And one short phone call. "Hello, this is Emily Carter. I need to place an immediate freeze on my credit card." "Yes, right now." "And there's one more thing." The call had lasted 5 minutes. Just 5 minutes. Back in the kitchen, Lena opened the refrigerator and scanned the shelves. "We should order something for dinner tonight," she said casually. "Pizza or something." She pulled my card from her pocket and waved it in the air. "We'll just use Emily's card." I didn't say a word. She pulled out her phone and began placing an online order. A few seconds passed. Her forehead creased. "Huh." She tried again, typing carefully. Then she entered the card number one more time. This time confusion spread across her face. "Why isn't this working?" I watched her quietly. Jack finally lifted his head. "What's wrong?" "The card keeps getting declined." I said calmly, "Yes. It will." Everyone in the kitchen froze. Jack looked at me. "What do you mean?" I shrugged lightly. "I froze the card this morning." Lena narrowed her eyes. "Why?" I answered simply. "Because it's my card." Silence filled the room. His mother turned off the faucet slowly. Jack's voice hardened slightly. "Emily, why are you making this into a drama?" I laughed. Actually laughed. "Drama?" I looked straight at him. "Jack, for the last 2 years I've been helping pay this family's bills. I help with your student loans. I covered groceries after your dad's surgery. I even paid your car insurance for 3 months." He said nothing. "And today," I continued, "your sister opens my purse, takes my card, and you just stand there watching." Lena let out a sarcastic laugh. "Oh please. You're acting like this is a huge deal." I shook my head slowly. "No," I said quietly. "The huge part is about to happen." At that exact moment Lena's phone rang. She glanced down at the screen. "Unknown number." Annoyed she answered. "Hello." A few seconds passed. Her expression changed instantly. "What?" Her voice rose sharply. "No, that's a mistake. That card isn't mine." She looked at me. The call switched to speaker. "Ma'am, this is the bank security department. We received an alert about an attempted unauthorized transaction on this card." Lena's face drained of color. I spoke gently. Yes, I informed them that if anyone else tried to use it, they should call immediately. Jack's eyes widened. The kitchen went completely silent. I picked up my purse. And one more thing, Jack. He looked at me as if seeing me for the first time. This morning, I said, I also canceled our wedding. I already called the venue. His mother gasped softly. What? The deposit isn't refundable, I said calmly. But at least I'll get my life back. I turned and walked toward the door. Inside me there was no noise. No anger. No drama. Only a strange, quiet sense of relief. As I reached the door, Jack's voice came from behind me. Emily, wait. I didn't stop. Outside, the sunlight was bright and warm. Cars moved along the street just like they had that morning. The only difference was this. I wasn't carrying anyone else's weight anymore. And for the first time in a long while, I felt like the owner of my own life. If this story resonated with you or reminded you of the power of self-respect, please take a moment to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Your support helps us keep sharing meaningful, emotional stories like this. Thank you so much for watching and being part of our growing community.